Just arrived in Havana. This is the view from my Casa Particular, the place I'm staying in Havana. Really cool, interesting family. It's a real honor being a guest in their house. They really do have all these old cars in Havana. Hotel Florida. Even though it's been 50 years since the Americans have blockaded Cuba, there's still a tremendous American influence here. The Hershey Railway was built about 100 years ago for the Hershey Chocolate Company to reach the sugarcane fields far outside of Havana. Havana. Beautiful Havana. Long neglected, decaying, but still beautiful. This is Che Guevara's desk. Taking the ferry back to Havana. Havana's harbor was key to the conquest of Central and South America. This was the center of the Spanish Empire in the Americas. These fortifications were built in 1558. On both sides of the entry to the harbor. Think about that. The Spanish were here over 225 years before the Americans, North Americans, the United States achieved their independence. Palace of Captain Generals. So it's midnight, and I'm out walking around Trinidad, Cuba. The mountains high above Trinidad. It's an incredibly beautiful day today. It's got to be at least 90, 95 degrees. Wandering the streets of Trinidad today. The Caribbean, off in the distance. Trinidad was a port city, established 500 years ago this year. One of the oldest European cities in the Americas. Tells the story of the counterinsurgency after the revolution. and how the government was successful in repelling and eradicating the counter-revolutionaries. Used to be the Hilton. You see these Coco cabs jetting around the city, and let me tell you, they don't look safe. In fact, all the tour books say they're not safe. So I think I'll forego them and ride in the unsafe old cars instead. Last night I was on campus and enjoyed an amazing band at a free outdoor concert. Today I met the guitarist here again on campus, and he burned me a CD of all their music and also the warm-up band that played before them. No matter how much I insisted, he wouldn't take any pesos for it. I tried to tell him that guitar strings and CDs aren't free and that I wanted to see their band to grow. But he insisted that I take it just as a gift.
Los segundos después son las 11:23. La mañana sabe que de la dicha de triunfar, y es que solo queda libertad.
These fortifications on the grounds of the Hotel Nacionales date from the Cuban Missile Crisis. They were built to deter or repel an American invasion should one have happened. This is the memorial to the sailors who died when the USS Maine was sunk here in Havana Harbor. Has cannons from the Maine, and once upon a time used to have a large American eagle on the top. Badado was a forest during the Spanish times, but after the American occupation, the forest was cut down, and single-family homes were developed in a grid-style street system with numbered streets, just like back in the United States. Wide sidewalks, automobile-friendly, Havana's first true American suburb. This is the U.S. State Department Special Interest Office here in Havana. In other words, we don't have an embassy, but we do have a presence. In 2006, the American government put up a ticker tape on top of the building and began displaying anti-regime messages. And the Cubans promptly retorted by putting up 136 flagpoles, one flag for each person who was supposedly killed by CIA plots and things like that since the revolution. Apparently the ticker tape has been removed in recent years, and, well, guess what? So have the flags. An amazing cemetery. But walking in the cemetery, some of the newer graves, you can smell the stench of death. Since we bury our dead below ground in North Carolina, I've never experienced anything like this. Graves that have been buried in the last 6 months, year or two, reek of death and the decaying corpses. It's putrid. Only 90 miles to Florida, but a whole world away from here.